Okay, so now we're going to look at calculating area of a triangle. So what we need to keep in mind for a triangle, now we've got some examples of triangles there, but if we go and have a think about, in this case it's more of a rectangle, I tried to draw a square, but if I go straight across there, that's half of, so if I did my use length, let's go, yeah, go length, oops, length and width. Okay, basically what you've got here is, to get this part here, it's going to be half. This is where it comes into this equation here, but I want to explain that. So if you look at a triangle, it's basically half the area of its corresponding square or rectangle. Okay, we just happen to change some of these terms. So let's have a look. One side of the triangle is called the base. Okay, so that's what we call B, and you can see where there's some examples of B here. The perpendicular distance from the base to the opposite vertex, so what we're talking about is that, it's that part there and this part here. Okay, and so for example they've said, in this part here you often sort of need to extend that, the base, but you're not counting that, but it's to find out where that spot is there. Okay, and that's what your height is. So you've got to think of height, H is like width, okay, when we're talking about the other the squares and rectangles, and B is like length. Okay, that's a way to think of it. Now we can write this as we've got here, A equals half base times height, oops, which basically means half times base times height. All right, and you can write it as it says there, it's the same thing. All right, so let's have a look at these examples here. For each of these triangles, what length would be used as the height? So the height in this case is what you've got to look at is this spot here. You're going from, this is the vertex, and you're looking to that going to the base. Okay, so in this case the height is 6. Now if you look at the next question, it's not so obvious, but this is the line you want to, this is the base here, so we're looking for that distance there. Now it's not shown directly here, it's represented by this number over here, so that's the number. So the answer would be 6 meters, L equals 6. Well, that's all right, I look, because I said length, but it's more, H equals 6, and H equals 1.9 meters. This question down the bottom here, find the value of A if half B times H is where B equals 5 and H equals 4. So basically I'm going to go A equals half times what was B, B is 5, 5, H is 4 times 4, that's half times 5 times 4 is 20, and that's going to give me half times 20 is 10, and it's not in any units, so it's 10 area units in this case. If it was m meters, it'd be meters squared or something like that. Find the area for each of the given triangle. All right, so in this question here, what you're looking at is, let's identify for each of these what the base values are. Okay, the base, that equals B. This is my base, that equals B. In this case, that equals B. And so the giveaway of that is you've got this line here, and that's your base part there. All right. Okay, so let's write the equation out up the top. So I'm going to go write half area. Oops, let's rewrite that again. Area equals half times base times height. So let's write this out. I'm going to go A equals half times, in this case B is 8, Now, my h, my height, remember it's that vertex opposite my base, so that's going to be that line there, and that's going to be 4. And that's going to give me half. 8 times 4 is 32. So it's going to be half times 32. And half times 32 is 16. And this is in units of meters, so it's going to be meters squared. This next one, A equals half times my base was 3. In this case, my height is 2. So that's that vertex perpendicular to the base, represented by those dotted lines there. And that's 2, so times 2. That's going to be half times 6. Half times 6 is 3 meters. Ooh, I nearly made a mistake there. Units are millimeters. So I'm going to go millimeters squared. And let's look at this last example here. Area equals half times my base is 10. Remember, this is the vertex we're talking about, but that's equivalent to that value there. So it's going to be 4 times 4. I'm going to go half times 10 times 4 is 40. Half times 40 is 20. In this case, units are m, so meters squared. Okay, so that's how you can calculate the area of a triangle.